Hello and welcome to this new series. This new series will explore feature by feature comparison between Tableau and Power BI. So if you have not subscribed, subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon so that you can get notification for the new videos. Welcome to another episode of Tableau versus Power BI, and in today's episode we are trying to create an axis slicer. Now what is this axis slicer? So let's say I am looking on a bar visual and my axis is brand. I want to change it to category. Then maybe I want to change it to item or something else. This is what I want. So for that I need a option to change that. Now Tableau and Power BI, these options are going to be little bit different. While Tableau, we can do this with the help of the parameters. Power BI, there are two ways, one for direct query and one for the import mode. And we are going to work with the import mode where the bookmarks we are going to use. And now the way it behaves, it seems like Tableau has given us a better way to do that. But you go ahead and explore whether Tableau's way is better or Power BI's way is better. What's the advantage, disadvantage? So we will begin with Tableau because I feel this is the way it should work everywhere. So now what is happening here is, in this one, we need, let's say I create a visual and I'm going to create a visual and I create a visual brand here. I take brand here in the visual, and in Tableau we typically in a sheet we create one visual. So and then I go back and drag cross here. Now, I'm fine with whatever is happening out here. I'm brand. Now I want to, like, if you see here I have subcategory, I have category, subcategory and brand, and I want to toggle between these things. I want way to change these. So can it change to category? Can it change to subcategory? So we know we need parameters. So best way is click on anything. So we click here and we say create and we say parameter. And we call it axis slicer. String current values. Now this is the disadvantage if I do it using this. So what we have to do is, let's not use this. Let's see. We say current value is brand and then we create a list. So what I done is I shift it, I try to detach it with that, and now what I need is brand, which is brand, category, and it's not going to what I'm going to write down. I need to write down a formula, and then that formula these values should match. Okay, subcategory. So we need to remember that these values are correctly spelled out and we are going to use these. Okay, so we are done with this. We created axis slicer. We go here, we put, and now we right click on the axis slicer and we say show parameter. Now we go here, is not doing anything for us right now. Okay, so what we do, let's try to create a calculation. Okay, so we can, you have option to edit and duplicate, and this you can have calculated field. I can do it from here, and I say axis, and I say I'm going to use case axis slicer when, and I can simply write true and then I can check equal to value when brand then we can have then brand. Okay, and I'm going to copy paste this 3 times, 2 times more, and let's check the syntax. Now syntax is correct. Now for me it's very simple. I'm going to write down category. I take category, and why I'm doing this, because I'm going to copy this from here just to make sure things are written correctly. Now if the spelling is wrong there in the parameter, is going to not work out. Okay, so irrespective of copy paste from anywhere, the spelling there should be correct. Okay, okay, so now we are done. So let's say okay. So now let us see whether we can do. So what we are going to do is, in the axis we are going to put this and we're going to remove this. Now we go here and we put brand. So we want to see brand wise value, and remember this value. Okay, the brand one value. Then we go to category and we got this category wise, and then we go subcategory and we go to subcategory wise. 389 is the value. So now I'm going to drag subcategory, and see 389 is the same value which is coming, so there's no problem out here. We can remove it. Let's bring in brand out here and remove access for a time being. So 476, and we bring here access and we change it to brand. Okay, 476. So way we created parameter and we taken that parameter on the axis. So this is kind of like runtime calculated column in Tableau. Power BI, the calculated column is absolute. It's going to calculate it at the time of creation. So it cannot take the slicer parameter. So measures are driven by the slicer, columns are not. And that's the difference when we jump to Power BI, and if you're jumping from Tableau to Power BI, that's the difference you will find. You'll say, okay, I create a calculated column, I create a table, I create a calculated column, it does it, it's not going to do it. Now the work, the way we have to do is also a little bit different here. So what we have to do is we have to create bookmarks here, and to create that bookmarks here, we need bookmarks, we need buttons. So first thing which we are going to do here is first need to create visual, and not visual, we need to create visuals, and that's what I'm saying, we want to create visuals. So I take a brand, I convert it into a clustered column bar, and I take a gross on it. Okay, so visual is ready now, but this is my first visual. Okay, now what I need to do here is copy paste, this is my second visual, and I'm going to make a little bit of difference, and then I'm going to do one change, and I'm doing this change, I'm not making them overlapping, and because of the reason I'm just wanting you to observe the difference, that you know how bookmark is working. So I make it category, and I would like to, so brand is there, so I would like to make it subcategory. So we got brand, we got subcategory, and then we got the third one, which is category. Okay, so 3 visuals are there. Now what we need to do is we need to create 3 buttons also. Okay, so we go ahead here and we say insert buttons, and you can insert a bookmark button or you can insert blank button, it's not going to make any difference. We just create one button, and I'm going to create a button like here. Okay, and I'm going to say text. I'm going to write down action later. Okay, I'm just writing down text because I'm going to define these things first. Okay, so I'm going to write brand, and let me copy paste it. So Control C, Control V, Control C, Control V, and then we can click here, go to text, and we can see, and we have dynamic text here available here. We can actually write down subcategory. Okay, so we got 3 buttons out here, and we can give a space if we like. Now we need to do certain actions now. Okay, now for that we need to view something known as bookmarks here, and we need to create actually bookmarks, and with bookmarks we also need the selections. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, when I have the brand button, when I click on the brand button, I actually don't want to show these 2, so I'm going to hide them, and I'm going to show them little bit below right now, so that you are able to differentiate when it's going down. So I don't want to hide, and at this stage when the other 2 are hidden, I create a bookmark and call it brand. Okay, now irrespective of whatever is selected, now I can create these bookmarks, but now right now this is selected, so the properties are here for this button. For this button I can go ahead and define an action, and what is the action here? Action is go to a bookmark, and bookmark is brand. Now I go here, now my bookmark is already saved, I on this one and I hide this one. Now I'm not clicking anywhere right now. I'm going to go and create a category, and that's what I wanted to show you. So category is now this position. Now I'm going to go to this button and I'm going to define action. So see, category is where I've saved those settings. So when category is clicked, this is going to come. Now I go to subcategory, and that clicking on subcategory doesn't matter here. What I'm going to do, even if I'm clicked outside, then I can do that. But okay, so this is what I want to display. Okay, and now I add the bookmark, and current position of this bookmark is going to be working. Okay, so subcategory is there. Now we go here, and again we need to click on subcategory, and in the subcategory we going to define the action. Action is bookmark, and we go to action bookmark subcategory. Okay, now I can close all these. Now if I go here and click, it's going to brand, it's category, it is subcategory. Now what I can do is, so I can align category also with this, and control and click. Here it is control and click, and in Power BI service you don't have to do control and click, you can actually click. So I align all of them. Now I can change the coloring, and based on that I can create that kind of impression that so what I can do here is I'll tell you a little bit of tip around here. So this is my brand button. I go here, and in the brand button we can say fill, and we say, let's say this is the blue color. We go, and I'm going to go here in this one, and I'm going to go here, and in the title we go and make the background color is also this one. Okay, it's not same as that one, this one. Okay, it looks very similar. And then we can remove the boundaries of this one if required. Okay, so I go to categories, and go fill, and we make it this. We click here. Oh, we have done one mistake here. Actually we should have done that on brand. So let's do that on brand first. So we go to the brand, we go to title, and we're going to make this as dark one. This is font color, this is the background color, this is category. Now I clicked on the category. You need to make sure what we are looking at. And we click here, and we go here in data color. This is category, or the data color. We go to title, and in the title we go background color. We go to background color. There's no fill right now, and we go make it orange. Now what is going to happen here is, if I click brand here, it will go as a category here. It's going to be this, and then I can remove the light and all lines and all those, and it can give a tab like feeling. And if I click on subcategory, now this subcategory we actually colored this one. We can actually make it transparent so that it doesn't look like that. So all these things can be done. So you can do that. Now there are certain advantages of doing that way, but there could be certain disadvantages also with that. But there are two different ways it need to be done in Power BI and Tableau. But in Power BI and Direct Query, you have something known as dynamic AMP parameters, which can also be used to do this, and that would be very similar. Like we have a table values or something like that, which we can do. So try that out. Try this also out. So do let us know what else you want us to cover in this particular series. If you like it, subscribe, share with your friends. Thanks for watching this video. Thank you. Get involved. Keep asking questions in comments. Subscribe to this channel and press the bell icon so that you can get notification of our new video. Keep watching.